Good morning. So I missed my wake up routine because my phone died last night. So I'm a little bit late getting the video started. But basically it's 7:30 in the morning and I'm waiting on breakfast to open, which those doors are open down there. So it looks like they just opened. I just figured I'd tour the hotel a little bit while we're still waking up and while my words caught up with my brain, I guess. I've already had a coffee, or I've already made a coffee. I haven't finished it yet, but I guess there's no reason for me to be up here. So I guess I'll head down for breakfast. I don't typically do this every morning. I just started doing this the last few mornings because I had a package that was delivered to the Amazon hub locker. I'll wait for the next one. Yeah. Good morning. Bye bye. And I just happened to come in here and see the breakfast open with some really good options, so I started eating breakfast. And they haven't said anything to me yet. They've been pretty generous. I try not to overdo it. I try not to take advantage of them. So anyway, not much left to say. Now I'm headed down there. So as you can tell, very nice breakfast, which I'm about to eat, and I'll catch up with y'all in a minute. Alright, so I got my to-go coffee. A full stomach. That was delicious. I have to say, they have banana bread. And at some point today, I'll take out one of the two pieces that I took with me. And it was probably the best banana bread I've ever had in my life. But anyway. So pretty much everywhere I go, it's central to downtown. Later on, I'm trying to decide if I want to do it now or not. I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to. In fact, I guess I'll go see how busy they are and get it out of the way. I donate plasma on South First Street, which is kind of far. It's about 20-30 minutes away from downtown. That's probably the furthest I ever go. Everything else is so close. I can probably walk anywhere I need to go. I just don't. I take the bus. Pardon me. So I guess that's what I'm about to do right now, is go try to knock out this donation if they're not too busy. Hopefully they're not. I can't ever hardly finish a cup of coffee anymore. I get like halfway through and I don't want it anymore, which is an accomplishment considering I used to drink, I don't know, maybe 10 cups a day, especially when I was working at American Valve and Hydrant. But anyway, I'd switched to tea for a while, and that was one of the best decisions I ever made because I didn't get jittery. It didn't mess with my stomach at all. In fact, sometimes it helped my stomach depending on what kind I drank. So I actually am a tea advocate, although right now I'm drinking coffee just because I don't have any tea. And not every place, not every business will give you a hot cup of water. Don't ask me what their reasoning is because I couldn't tell you. I asked them and they said it was like a health concern, but I didn't argue. But in my mind, I was thinking, you can hand me a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of your tea, but you can't hand me a hot cup of water. It's probably just cost things. I don't know. They don't want to give anything away for free. And it's crazy because it's always the businesses that charge an arm and a leg for a drink that don't want to give away anything for free or don't want to let you use their restroom without purchasing something. Anyway, I'm not going to make this channel or these videos about complaining because it is what it is. Anyway, that's my bus stop right over there in front of the Whataburger. I'm about to wait on the 10 and head to Octapharma, where I will donate plasma to make a little bit of extra money today. And I'm not going to finish this. I actually had a dream that I scrubbed my nails and fingertips last night. They're not always this dirty, I promise. And they actually looked really good, but that was just a dream. But an obtainable dream, nonetheless. There's dogs all over the city of Austin. Sometimes they talk to me, like that one just did to him. Sometimes the pedestrians talk to me. Sometimes they talk to other people. Sometimes the other people talk to me through their windshields. Sometimes they don't. I guess it just depends on how bored they are, or how happy they are, or how judgmental they are. I guess it really just depends. But nonetheless, it's nice to hear from my brothers and sisters. Okay, I say that. It's not always nice to hear from my brothers and sisters because sometimes they don't have nice things to say. So what I will do whenever the bus does show up is I'll ask for a courtesy ride. I always ask that first when I don't have my bus pass. The homeless resource centers in Austin, Texas will give homeless people or people in need a free 1-year bus pass. You don't have to pay anything for it. And if you were to go to Cap Metro, you would pay over $100 for it. They will give you a bus pass to use. My issue is during my drug addiction, I traded it. Either sold it for $20 or traded it for something that I needed, or felt like I needed at the time. So I don't have one right now. In fact, the last one I had nothing to do with drugs. I thought I was about to be going to California, so I traded it for 5 cigarettes, which is also a struggle for homeless people, at least some of them. My issue is I get bored and I have nothing to do sometimes. So, okay, well, what can I do to feel stimulated? So I'll smoke a cigarette. I've quit smoking cigarettes. It's been almost a week, I think. And I'm smoking this thing. These suck for the reason that you might be able to breathe a little bit better, but you can still feel the effects in your lungs. And I've had this undying craving for blueberry cereal donut milk the last couple of days, and I don't know how to obtain that. I guess I'm gonna have to go buy some blueberry cereal or blueberry donut cereal, pour some milk over it, let it sit for a minute, and then drink the milk. I don't know. Anyway, the worst that they'll say, the worst that the bus driver will say is no. I'm gonna ask anyway. Even without the year bus pass, I can still go to Sunrise, which is a church, one of the biggest homeless resource centers in Austin, Texas, and they'll give us 1 or 2 at a time, these 1-day local day passes that are good for 24 hours. 24 hours after you first scan them. So I have 3 of them. If they continue giving me free rides, I can continue saving these. If not, I have a backup. Anyway. Can you give me a ride to William Cannon?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Transfer for 333.
Transferencia para 333.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. We're about to see how busy they are. They don't allow recording in here, so I'm gonna have to shut it off, but it doesn't look like they're too busy, so I'll see y'all in a little bit. So I didn't have a phone for most of the time. I've been homeless in Austin, because when I first got to Austin, I looked for a job for a couple of weeks. Nobody was hiring me, so I just threw my phone away and decided I didn't need it, which made donating a little more strenuous, because I have to go to the kiosk, answer all the questions, which takes a whole lot longer than doing it this way on my phone. It's just so quick. On the kiosk inside the donation place, each question is timed, so I have to wait. I can't just go down the list like I'm doing right now, but this is definitely more convenient. It's just a bunch of no's and maybe 2 yeses, so it's easy. And if anybody else is watching this and needs a way to make some extra money, these are the questions that they ask you for you to qualify to donate. If you say yes to any of these, except for the ones where you're agreeing to the resources, you're probably not eligible to donate. So, just got done. It only took about an hour. Now I'm headed to Walmart to meet my uncle. He's got some stuff he's going to give me that'll help me out. It'll be like Christmas in February. And here comes my bus already. I love when that happens. So what we've missed, or what you missed since I was about to get on the bus, went to Walmart, put some money on a card, sent my dad some money. And around that time, my uncle, who lives in San Marcos, called me and said he had some stuff for me. So he picked me up from Walmart, and now we are at Whataburger, about to get some food. After that, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to my campsite and unload everything that he brought me. And I guess we'll go over each item. I know one of the items is a backpack, which is exciting because it's a nice backpack, high capacity backpack, which I will definitely use. And I won't have to worry about going back to my campsite to buy my toiletry bag to go shower. I can put my food, my toiletries, and everyday items in that one bag and just cart that thing around. And I know he brought me a rotisserie chicken, which is exciting, which I'm going to enjoy for dinner tonight since he's buying me Whataburger for lunch. I'll catch up with y'all in a little bit. Okay. Finally made it back to the spot. Got a 5-man bass trip tent, which is awesome because if I'm still here during the summer, there's going to be bugs probably, and what I'll most likely end up doing is just pitching the tent and then throwing my mattress inside and leaving everything else open. I'll probably have to clear all that over there a little bit. I won't need that anymore though, but anyway. So I got that. In these pockets, I think I found it, is a flashlight. Yeah. Pretty bright. That's cool. I'll just end up using that as 3 lighters. That one works. That one works. And that one works. And then some Burt's Bees chapstick. Alright, well. Plenty of stuff. Probably more than what I need. I'll end up giving some of it, probably donating some of it or giving it away downtown at Republic Square. Which I might show on here just to see the reactions of people. Sometimes it's uplifting, but not for me, not for the purpose of me trying to show off me giving stuff away, since it didn't even really come from me anyway. It came from my uncle. So hopefully the Lord will bless him. Vicariously, I think is the right word. Anyway, I'm gonna eat my lunch and finish my shake, and I will catch up with y'all in a little bit. Got a patty melt, blackberry Dr. Pepper shake. King of berries. Let's see. He bought me a cooler. Looks brand new. I guess he bought me a brand new cooler, which is nice of him. Rotisserie chicken for later tonight. Blueberries and blackberries. Very nice. Got some Bella mandarins, also awesome. Strawberries. And I guess that's watermelon. Yeah. And watermelon. And more blueberries. I'll be good on fruit for a while, at least for a couple days. Let's check out this backpack. Very nice. Lots of storage. Got a zipper right here. Side pocket right here. Side zipper. Front zipper right here. Another side zipper right here. Lumbar support. This American flag Velcro thingy. Got nice jacket. Hang that up in a minute. Got a vest. It's perfect for evenings. Let's pull over. Slinky pants. Wind pants. A bunch of t-shirts. Probably won't keep most of these because I have enough. I'm trying to save room, but he wasn't using them. Another jacket. Oh, all right. I'm full, so I should be all right till tonight. I think I'm about to go do some laundry. I have quite a bit I need to do. Plus I need to get some body wash which HEB is right next to the laundromat I use. So I'm gonna do that. Then I'll see y'all in just a few moments. Okay, I keep forgetting to video because I haven't really been paying much attention, and I haven't had a phone in a while. Only reason I got one was because I had to have one to rent a U-Haul. But anyway, now I'm at the library, and I guess I'll give y'all a tour of the library and where I hang out almost every day. This is the lobby where you can eat food or use the phone in that phone booth over there. I don't typically eat on the second floor. I usually go up to the 6th floor, which I'll show you in a second. Hello.
Hi.
What floor?
5.
5? Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. So this is the 4th floor. I skipped the 3rd floor because it's just kids. It's a little reading area for them. Some tables down there to work on whatever you got to work on, I guess. Usually try to find a laptop or a computer that's open on the 4th floor, but I don't think there's many available, so I'm just gonna use the stairs to go to the 5th floor. Hello.
Quickly though.
There's a place to charge your Type-C electronics right there and right there. Hello. I'm just gonna rent a laptop and go to the 6th floor. What's up, Jonathan? I think his name was Jonathan, if I remember correctly. All right. Let's see. Pull out my library card. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. Here at the library, you can use the laptop or rent a laptop out for 4 hours, but you're not supposed to leave the library with it. Although I'm sure some people probably do. But if you don't return it within 4 hours, I think you get charged a fee. But I'm about to go to the 6th floor. I'll just take the stairs. To me, this is probably the coolest spot because of the rooftop garden, which I'll show you in a second. I'm just gonna set my chicken down right here and come back for it in a second if it's still there. Thank you. So this is self-explanatory. Really cool. It's a nice view of the city. I would out here, but last time I tried to get internet connection on the laptop out here, it didn't work well. Pardon me. I'm trying to get this laptop to turn on, but I don't think it's... Oh, there it goes. Nope. Back to the 5th floor. So I think what I'm gonna do today is look up some places in California, since that was my plans originally, and see if I can find a place that accepts Blue Cross Blue Shield. I know there is one place that accepts it, but I can't remember the name of it, so I'm gonna have to do some digging. Return that. I gotta pee. Okay. I want to make sure this one powers on. Cool. So this is what I've come up with so far. What's looking like the best option. I was referred to this from another North Star treatment facility that doesn't take HMOs. They're out of network. This one is in network with Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is the insurance that I have. So this is looking like, well, I'll put it like this. This is the last option I'm gonna look at before I just decide to stay in Austin. So there's that. But we'll see what God has in store. If I wasn't budget filming, I would insert some kind of elevator music right here or something of the sorts.
The other ones I knew are like
Overpriced cafe. But it's nice. I wish I had more to talk about, but I don't. This is the walk I've taken, I'll say countless times, because I wouldn't want to give you a number that wasn't accurate, but it's been a lot of times. Wake up, either take the 803 or walk to the library, and then from the library head into downtown, which is where I'm going right now. If you don't look too closely to the trash and stuff, it is a beautiful view. Even the library, the building itself, beautiful stonework, I think. Someone spray painted the word taco up there. Not sure why, or the motivation or drive behind it, because to get up there, well, had to have been life risking. And I feel like if you're gonna go to heights and risk your life, there's so many greater things that could be accomplished than writing the word taco on a bridge. But you know, you never know. It is pretty warm today. I don't know how hot it is exactly, but definitely warmer than it was when I woke up this morning. I kind of wish I would have worn basketball shorts, but I wore jeans, and so did he. So at least I'm not alone. Or maybe something in between, like jean shorts. That might have been a good idea. You would think after so many days of walking, climbing, and hiking, my lungs would be in better shape. But then again, you take into consideration the fact that I'm still vaping and have just recently quit smoking cigarettes. I guess it makes sense why I might still be out of shape. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to having a never-ending supply of energy, which only comes from one thing, and I just won't mention what that is for the sake of mysteries, or God's mysteries. I might not share this video with my uncle like I did the first one, just for the simple fact that I'm probably about to give away this rotisserie chicken to somebody who might need it more than I do, because I'm full, and I'll be full all through the day, and I have plenty of fruit to eat. What's up, man? Good. Yeah, I'm good. I guess right now wouldn't be a bad time to start talking about the spiritual aspect of things, or the spiritual aspect of my walk in Austin, Texas as a homeless man. In moments like these, when I have nothing to do and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not gonna do drugs, and I could sit here and smoke my vape, but that's just gonna make me feel like crap. It's times like these where I become more aware of the importance of just suffering and being content with where I'm at. And sometimes trying to be content, or you have to suffer to be content with where you're at and doing nothing or just sitting. And I'm having a really hard time with that currently. I haven't in the past. I've been okay with it in the past, just sitting and meditating, but it's like the more antsy I get about what's coming my way, since I know great things are coming my way, God has shown me, the harder it is for me to be content, but it's still a requirement, and I'm just trying to find the middle ground. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he's prepping me for that, ascension, for lack of a better term. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base on that real quick. I think I'm gonna go to HEB. It's another hangout spot because they've got a nice barbecue place downstairs with some seating. And there's something that just feels homey about a grocery store. I don't know what it is, but it's just, I don't know. One thing I don't think about enough is drinking enough water. Usually until I get to my tent, and then I chug all that I have, and then by the next night, or the next time I go to my camp spot, I have no water there. So, cheers. And there's my bus. Thank you. Have a great day. Here's the barbecue place, which I'll probably be checking out here in a minute. Not to buy barbecue because barbecue's expensive and I'm broke. Hello. Always leave my backpack over here, just so they don't think I'm stealing. I love H-E-B. I don't know what it is about H-E-B, but I love H-E-B. Pardon me. I think I'm gonna get some body wash. Just because I'm tired of using a bar of soap. Body wash is just convenient. A lot more convenient. Here we are. I think I'm gonna get one of these, even though they're $3.50. Just because I feel like it'd be easier to pack in my bag. And I guess the best option would just be going cheap, because it all smells good. So Irish Spring Moisture Blast and this body scrubber thing for the win. I changed my mind. I'm not getting the mitt because I already have a scrubber that's perfectly good. If it was $1, it'd be one thing, but it's $3.50, and $3.50 can buy you so many things. So just the body wash. So it's unheard of getting free barbecue, but they're doing it today.
True Texas Barbecue Restaurant downstairs.
So if you're in the mood for barbecue,
all natural hardwood smoke,
go to H-E-B on South Congress
every day.
and try their sausage and macaroni and cheese. I know I just ate, and I don't need it, but it was right in my face. And there's worse things I could do to my body right now than a couple pieces of sausage and some macaroni and cheese. So here's a closer look at the barbecue place. Not much to it, it's just a restaurant. But anyway, I am gonna go back upstairs and get something that I'll highly recommend to anybody. And I'll show you when I have it. Okay, these right here. These apples. I guess they're just called Opal sweet apples. I don't know. Opal Gold Apple. They're $1.97 a pound. But out of all the apples here, this one is the best. So $1.13, but worth it. So Dad, I guess you can kind of see now my issue and how my money disappears the way that it does. So I guess they're a little bit out of season. Because you know the difference between like a crisp apple and then the one that kind of tastes like it's on its way to applesauce. This one tastes like it's kind of on its way to applesauce, which is a little disappointing. I think they should drop the price, but that's not my say. Still good, still delicious. But not as good as it was during the summer. Anyway. I'll wait a second, but I do want to say something. I've tried flying signs or panhandling, and it doesn't really work out as well as you think it does. Because I know I've been on both sides of it where it's like, dude, they're probably making bank out here on the roads just getting free handouts. And the fact of the matter is, they're not. At least not in my case. There was one day I came up with $10 in like 2 hours. That was a bad day for me. Very bad day. I don't even want to think about it. But I have friends who, they're like, yeah, dude, I made $65 today. I'm like, how long were you out there? And they're like, 8 hours. So $65 in 8 hours standing out in the blistering sun. That's worse than some of the jobs that we worked, you know, full time back in the day. Anyway, I decided to walk a little bit instead of waiting on the bus. just because I wanted to listen to some music for a while and maybe either annoy or encourage some pedestrians. So I'll catch up with y'all in a little bit. So I made it all the way, almost all the way back down to Barton Springs and realized I forgot to get tea. So I'm gonna have to turn around and go get some tea so I can get back on my healthy kick. So, I mean, really, for a Saturday, that's pretty much it. Or any day. Most days, anyway, for that matter. Not too many people to hang out with. Not too many places to go. A lot of antsy feelings, like there is some place for me to be and that I might be running late, but seldom is that case. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna go back to my campsite and maybe try to straighten it up some, organize it a little bit better, consolidate some things, and maybe even get rid of some things. Take some of the stuff that my uncle gave me today, a few of the shirts that I'm not gonna wear, and maybe go donate them somewhere, or leave them somewhere where someone might get some better use out of them than I will. But yeah. And I want to ask a favor for anybody watching, even if it's just my dad or my mom. Pray that God will deliver me from this, but let your prayer be like this: thank you for delivering Brett from vaping, and believe that he has, so I can reach the place that I'm at where I'm not smoking or vaping and where I am closer to God, because that place exists and Brett is there rejoicing and full of joy because he's not vaping anymore, and I need to catch up with him. Thank you. So I came back to HEB because I decided to go ahead and do my laundry today, and I got some cheese, and I didn't get tea after all that talk about tea, because I decided I probably don't even really need tea. I can be okay with just water. It was the constant battle in my mind. I'm just like, I could use that, that's good for me, and then I'm like, well, I don't really need that because water's cool. Or, you know, I probably don't even need cheese, but I do love cheese. So I decided to do my laundry as well. The laundromat right next to HEB was kind enough. The laundromat next to HEB was kind enough to give me a courtesy wash and dry, so I don't have to pay out of pocket for that. So I'm gonna enjoy some cheese and then go fold some laundry, and I'll see y'all in a bit. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm walking to Taco Bell to get something off their value menu. And God spoke to me a few moments ago before I got back to the washateria. My clothes are drying right now. Because I remember a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, probably the end of last year, where I had no want except maybe a chicken burger from P. Terry's once every few days. And I was suffering well and doing a decent job at it, I guess. Not to pat myself on the back, but just to put it in terms where you can understand. And lately, especially since I've got off drugs, I've been like desiring things that I don't necessarily need, and like wanting to eat when I'm not hungry, and wanting to smoke when it's hurting my body. And when I was on drugs, I was giving into lust in my flesh and just brooding in it. And I thought, and I asked him a second ago, or a few moments ago, I said, is this a punishment? And they said, yes, it is a punishment. But my spirit was filled with an understanding that good is still being worked out in these moments, because there are people, my understanding is that there are people in this place where I'm at, where they are giving into wants and not knowing what it is that they're dealing with. And I know that I have an answer in me, and I abide in Christ despite my sinful nature. So I just pray that I get through this quickly, and that God will quicken me and get rid of this want and this lust in my flesh that is making me go to Taco Bell and buy something off the value menu. Anyway, just thought I would explain that. Okay, got my clothes folded, stuffed in the bag, about to head back to my campsite. I'm on my way to take a shower. Finally, it's been like 2.5 days. Remember to grab my backpack. I grabbed my towel, freshly washed. So today was pretty productive, all things considered. I did my laundry. Got some free chips and salsa from Chewy's across the street. What else did I do? I've already forgotten, but I know it was productive. So, about to go take a shower. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. That's where I shower. This is where the other patrons shower, but I won't go in there just in case somebody's changing. It's never this messy. I'm gonna clean up a bit. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. So this is mine that I found, washed, and repurposed for myself. And every so often, I'll find towels laying around that people just left. This one doesn't smell terrible. So I'll wash it and dry it and repurpose it for myself. And then I'll have 2 towels. And this one's a little smaller, so it'll be good to fit in a bag. This is my routine though. I just recently switched from a bar soap to body wash, which is much more convenient. Shower scrunchie, loofah, poof, puff, whatever you want to call it. Thing that gets your body clean. Stage everything that I'm gonna need. here, pop off my shoes, pop off my clothes, or take off my clothes. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and I will catch up with you guys after my shower. Everything packed up for the most part. I'll wait till I get outside since the ground is wet. I sit up on a ledge, dry my feet off, and then put my shoes on. That way, my feet don't smell funky. They've been doing a lot of construction here, trying to get the new bathhouse open. Probably have about 30 minutes before sundown, I would guess. Not sure if I'm gonna go back into downtown. The library closes at 5, I think, on Saturdays. I know for sure it closes at 5 on Sundays. It doesn't open till noon. But anyway. So apparently a kid just got in trouble for being on the roof at the pool. And if you're on the roof, you can see through the opening into the showers. So yeah, don't get on the roof at Barton Springs Pool. Entertain me for a second and don't think too much about it, but this has always perplexed me. There's 2 lions that the Bible talks about, the Lion of Judah, and this must be a good one because it has water in its mouth. I'm not sure if it's the living water that he talks about in the Bible, probably not, but good representation. But it talks about two lions. The devil goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, and then the Lion of Judah. Anyway, I don't know. It's caused some confusion in my life, and if I didn't have the close walk that I have with God, it could cause me to stumble, which it has in times past, even recently. But, you know, I imagine the Lion of Judah, Jesus Christ, a peaceful lion, one I can walk up to and pet its mane and it not do anything to me, to harm me. That lion is the lion that closes the mouths of the other lion. Anyway, I don't know. I just think about these things. That's how my mind works sometimes. And that's about how confusing it sounds in my mind. So I won't try to put that out in words again. Somebody told me one time, I think it was David from the church I grew up in, said, sometimes if you don't understand something, instead of racking your brain trying to understand it, since when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. He's the one who gives us the understanding. It's okay to put certain things on the shelf and come back to them later. I can't wait until I quit this thing, because I'm walking around trying to set an example and be righteous, and I just can't be righteous enough smoking this vape. But I'm still wanting, and I'm still desiring, my flesh is still desiring something to feel stimulated, I guess. Has to be what it is. But I'm looking forward to, I won't say I can't wait, I'll say I'm looking forward to being delivered from it, or overcoming it, or maybe a little bit of both, or overcoming a little bit at a time, working on my deliverance from it, you know. But I know that I'm vaping more than I'm drinking water, and that's not a good thing. So when I get back to my campsite, I'm going to drink some water. beautiful. That's not. That's one of the good things about not having a vehicle and walking places, as tiring as it is. I don't get stuck in traffic. Therefore, one less thing to stress out about. I think I'm gonna challenge myself and see. I'm already wanting to go get something from Pete's Aries. I'm already wanting to go get a soda from Pete's Aries. I'm gonna drink some water and see how I feel. Let's see if I can be content in my tent or my shelter and not leave for the rest of the night. I think that would be a great accomplishment for myself, because my feet are probably hurting a lot more than I'm actually aware of. But thank God for the body of Christ who shares in my sufferings. Anyway. All right. I think there's no front-facing light, but I think I'm gonna shut it down. Not much else is gonna happen today. I'm gonna do some Bible study later on, hopefully. Hopefully knock out a few of the devotions. There's a cat somewhere close by. But I love y'all, and I will probably be talking to y'all soon. All right, good night.